Well, security has been a problem in Somalia for...
What is your view on this report?
I believe, yes, I will not claim that we are free from corruption. There is corruption. Transparency Channel, they never come to Somalia. They never look what's happening in Somalia. They just, it's a perception. They refer to the media, the website.
As Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, the former president in Somalia, how does it seem to you, the current government?
As of now, I'm a candidate for the next election. Genuinely, I'm not expecting in 2020 that one man, one vote all over Somalia will happen. We left the office while the relationship between Somalia and Somalia is much, much better and more advanced than it was a couple of years before.
If you elected again as president, what are your plans? Thank you, Mr. President, for talking to CPA, the Voice of East Africa. What do you think about the current security situation in Somalia?
Well, security has been a problem in Somalia for a long time, and it will continue to be a problem, but it's a priority area. The state building program of Somalia cannot easily succeed without securing the environment. So it has been a challenge. That's why the African mission has come. That's why the whole world is supporting Somalia to make the environment secure. So it's a challenge. It's a national challenge. Yes, there is still shortcomings in it regarding the governance system of the security sector, the reform of the security sector, financing the security sector. There are so many issues that are still to overcome, but it is a priority area in the past, and I hope it's a priority area even now, and it will be in the future until there is a secure Somalia.
The presidents of Somalia, Eritrea, and Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed come together to submit regional economic ties. What is the profitability of the government?
Well, the issue, if it is an economic cooperation or joining together in economic matter, I think it's a good idea. It's not a bad idea. The whole world is joining together to become a bloc, economic bloc. And this part of the world, I think they need that. But there are ways to do that. It cannot happen. It's not something that depends on the current leadership or the future, immediate future leadership or anything. This has there must be certain regimes in place. There must be certain laws that controls this economic cooperation. There must be some strategies that controls this. There must be some economic plans that controls this economic cooperation, and that has to be prepared, and that has to be it has to have a people's acceptance. So the idea is good, but I think there is a long way to go to do that, because all these prerequisites are not in place yet, as I know, in this part of the world. So it cannot happen overnight, but the idea is a genuine idea, is a good idea, but there is a long way to go.
According to the report by Transparency International, Somalia is the most corrupt country in the world. What is your view on this report?
Well, one thing is Somalia has been in a very difficult situation, and the governance system of Somalia has been recovering. I do not agree with the Transparency International, the level they put Somalia, because they are denying the progress that's taking place in Somalia. There was a progress taking place in Somalia in the past, and there is still progress going on. And above all, this is a perception index. It's not a reality. So I believe, yes, I will not claim that we are free from corruption. There is a corruption, but one has to put into context the Somalia of today and the Somalia of yesterday and the Somalia of tomorrow. We need to put the issue of the corruption into a context. And I think, yes, I do not deny, because our parliament has said there is a corruption. Our parliament has said there is a certain amount of money that has been misused. There are other partners, international, who were supporting the government, who said there is a misuse of the resources that we pay, so we don't pay that resources. Yes, all these problems do exist, and I think they have to be fixed in a legal way and in a very, very strong way. And there must be structure. You know, corruption cannot be eliminated by political slogans and politicians' words. Corruption has need certain infrastructure to stop it or to minimize it. Somalia is lacking those infrastructures, and for that reason it's there. But I will not say that I do not agree the position that Transparency International is putting into Somalia.
So what is your message toward this, to Transparency International?
Transparency International, all I said is, and I think one has to understand the way they work. Transparency International, they never come to Somalia. They never look what's happening in Somalia. They just, it's a perception. They refer to the media, the websites, the other things, but they never come to Somalia and check. I would have said they have to come to the ground and see Somalia, because Somalia is unique. Somalia is not like any other country in the world. It's a unique context is there. So I think Transparency International, Somalia deserves to receive special attention, and they have to come and see the real thing that exists. It's not only the perception level.
Mr. President, and now you are the leader of UBD, a major opposition political party. Are you now seeking another 4 years to be elected again as president?
Well, two things has to be distinguished. One is the UBD party. This is a party that has been established recently, and it has a continuity and a long-term agenda for Somalia. It will be there. It's there today, and it will be there after Hassan Sheikh or anybody else. So it has an entity that will continue for a long time. And that entity is a political entity. It will always be part of the Somali politics. It's part now, and it will remain like that for the decades to come, or centuries to come even. That's one thing. As of Hassan Sheikh, I'm the political party, or I'm the leader of this political party. If elections come, the party will participate in that election, so it will depend on if I'm going to stand for the election or not, the level of my political party, the achievement is the succession. But as of now, I'm a candidate for the next election.
Your government did not win to hold one man, one vote. So do you think free and fair election is one man, one vote to happen in Somalia 2021?
As I always said, Somalia's state building is a progressive issue. It's progressing. It's not an event that happens and ends. It has been started, state building, since 2000. So for the last 18 years, things have been improving and progressing. So genuinely, I'm not expecting in 2020 that one man, one vote all over Somalia will happen. But what we are saying is that, are we just getting closer to that level? The reality and the context in Somalia does not allow full suffrage, universal suffrage, which is every Somali to be, because in many parts of Somalia the infrastructure is not there, the security situation does not permit, the capacity limitations are there. But what we are expecting 2020 is something much better, much advanced than what has happened in 2016. Because in 2016 there was no political parties. Now we have a political parties that has been legally registered and certified by the government. So, and they have a role. So once they are going to have a role, that means the number of Somalis that will get an opportunity to participate the elections will be much more than the number that was in 2016. That's what we are expecting, at least. We don't know whether it will happen or not. That depends upon a number of factors. But what we are expecting right now is a one man, one vote where it's possible. Yeah.
Talks between Somaliland and Somalia will resume soon. During your time, your government had been trying to convince Somaliland, but it was veiled. What were the steps you could not pass during the talks?
Well, I will not say we failed because we started that as well, and there is a lot of issues at stake, and there is a lot of memories, bitter memories of the past. There was damages that happened, a lot of people died, destruction happened, mistrust lost among the people between the two parts of Somalia. So building those bridges takes some time. What we started was to build those bridges, that we can come together, sit together, make dialogue together, agree some points together. So it was absolutely a success, what we have done. And from there it will continue, and I hope it will continue. Right now I don't know where things are, because the government is controlling this thing. But what I'm saying is that we reached a much better. We left the office while the relationship between Somalia and Somaliland is much, much better and more advanced than it was a couple of years before. So we are expecting that it will go on, and progressively the trust will build and the issues will be addressed. There are very, very serious issues that needs to be seriously addressed. So we have prepared the ground. We built a certain level of trust. I will not say we restored 100% of the trust. No, I will not claim that. But we have reached a level of trust that we can sit together, we can discuss the issues, and we can agree some of the issues. We agreed some of the issues, some we did not. And then that will continue. And I think there is a good opportunity to have a common ground, a common understanding between the two parties.
If you elected again as president, what are your plans?
Well, I have been in office for one term, which was 4 years. I believe that we achieved a lot in the state building program. Somalia, one important issue is fixing the politics. If the politics is not fixed, the rest will not fall. But once the politics is fixed, security is restored, the governance system of the country is agreed, accepted by the people, and started implementation, and the government brings back full sovereignty by delivering the services to the people. I think that's the ultimate goal that Somalia is looking. And I think that we did a lot of those things when we were there, and we are expecting that more will happen now. From there we keep continue. I'm not expecting miracles will happen and Somalia will be better place tomorrow. Yes, Somalia will be better place tomorrow, but progressively. So what we are dreaming is to strengthen the foundations of the state building, the relationship between the center and the peripheries, the federal member states, the infrastructure that links the two together, the rules and the regulations, the issue of the constitution, and above all, the issue of building the trust among the Somalis so that they can accept the state building program. That's what we have been advocating for 4 years. And by the end of my term, I have publicly told the Somali people that we have not completed everything. We did a lot of good things, and there is a lot of things remaining which we would like to complete if we have been given another chance. So still those unfinished business is there, and we are going to complete that unfinished business and come up, those are priorities, and come up with the next priority of the state building and democratization of Somalia.
As Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, the former president in Somalia, how does it seem to you, the current government?
Well, the current government has been given a mandate. It's been elected by the people, endorsed. The president has been elected by the representatives of the people. The government and its program has been endorsed by the parliament. So I think their assessment is not me, but it will be assessed by the Somali people, by the parliament. That is the real assessment. But for me, I'm glad that there is a government in place and it's working.
Mr. President, thank you for talking to CPA, the Voice of East Africa.
Thank you.